Hello, my name is Shane Walsh from County Kerry in Ireland, and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to briefly talk to you about epiphytic cactus, their cultivation and growth requirements. So where do epiphytic cactus come from? Well, they come from either Central America down into South America, such as Brazil, and where there's rainforests you will find the epiphytic cactus. So they have different growth requirements than we'd say the desert cactuses. For one thing, they like a warmer temperature, usually anything above 10 degrees Celsius. They like moist soil. They don't like their compost drying out at any time. So I'll just go through what I have here. So this is a hybrid Epiphyllum. This one is Mrs. G. Beam. It's a beautiful pink flower, which usually flowers in May. Now I will probably do a separate video on those epiphyllums and the other plants when they flower next year, because epiphyllums and a lot of epiphytic cactus actually look the very same when they're out of flower. So this is Epiphyllum Mrs. G. Beam, which is a hybrid Epiphyllum, and this one I have 14 years. So it's actually very important actually that you should use canes to support the stems, because they flop around the place and they can become very untidy. And it's also very important that I would say maybe every few years that you would do a little bit of pruning to tidy up your plant. This probably needs to be pruned. Probably the start of next year I probably will prune this, because it can get a little bit untidy. So that's Epiphyllum Mrs. G. Beam. This other epiphytic cactus is Apora cactus. Differs from epiphyllums and the Christmas cactus that actually has a lot of spines. And again, this one flowers in mid-spring, and you usually have these in hanging pots. It's best to display them, because they're the stems grow downwards. This plant beside it here is Ripsalis paradoxa, which is the Mistletoe Cactus. Another epiphytic cactus. Again, I will eventually put this into a hanging pot. And I got this one from Lynn from Desert Plants of Avalon. So thank you, Lynn, for that. And that's your little plant. The next one here is Epiphyllum Khomeini Eye, which is a beautiful orange flower. This is actually a species, whereas the Epiphyllum Mrs. G. Beam is a hybrid, but equally as beautiful. Beautiful orange flower on that. And that flowers again early summer, in around May. These plants here are the Christmas cactus, or Scumbergera truncata. These would be hybrids, but the actual species would come from Brazil, South America. These plants are actually grown in their millions in Germany and in Holland for the Christmas market. So they flower Christmas, or sometimes called the Thanksgiving cactus. So they come in different colors: whites, pinks, reds. So these ones I purchased this year, or this week actually, for this one. So they actually come in little packets like that. This is just, so you Scumbergera. This one I got in Lidl for €1.99, which is actually quite cheap, to purchase. This would have been a Christmas cactus that I got last year. Now this has already flowered, and it flowered late in November, so it's actually finished flowering now. And with the Christmas cactus, what I usually do is I leave them out in the greenhouse over the summer months, spring and summer, and I would take them in the autumn. Now it's very important when you're if you want to get flowers that you put them into a darkish enough place, where there wouldn't be intense sunlight, because as the temperatures obviously cool down coming into the autumn, and the sunlight wouldn't be as bright as it would be in summer because of the decreasing daylight. This is when they start producing flower buds, and if you start moving them around the place, they don't like being moved. If you move them, they can drop their buds. So I mean, they're an easy enough plant to grow, but it can be a little bit tricky if you don't know what to do with them when you come into the autumn. So just leave them in a place where you won't get sunlight, and they should flower. And that's with all epiphytic cactus. They don't like direct sunlight on the foliage, because where they come from rainforest areas where there isn't much light, and where they're adapted to those situations, where they have moist soil and high humidity and obviously high temperatures. This one here then is Ripsallodapsus, or the Easter cactus. This particular cactus flowers in the end of January, start of February. It comes in different colours, whites, pinks. This is actually a light pink one. And this one I grew from cutting, I would say maybe going on 3 years now, actually, this particular one. And I'll just show you a close-up of the Christmas cactus, or the Schlumberger truncata. As regards the compost for these epiphytic cactus, I would use an ordinary cacti compost, which would be a John Innes based with added grit, sand, perlite, and I also, because these plants like a lot more humus than we'd say a desert cactus, I would add composted bark. Light levels, they don't require full sunlight. They don't like full sunlight. Watering, I would water them. Usually these I would water probably once a week in the summer. A little bit less in the winter, but as I say, don't let the compost dry out. They don't like it. Feeding, I would feed them once a month. Potting on. They're one plant actually. Particularly the Christmas cactus, they don't like to be repotted that much. Keep them in their pots for as long as you can. Obviously, potting every few years. I potted this one last year. Sorry, this one I purchased last year. I potted this year, so it's come on quite well. But I won't pot that now for another maybe 2 years. Whereas the Easter cactus, that definitely will need to be potted next year. As I was saying, the compost, a high humus type compost. I find with the the commercial compost, they use a high peat, and with the high peat compost, they tend to dry out very fast. So that's one thing when you do purchase these, make sure that the compost doesn't dry out, or you will end up losing the flowers. Also, don't soak the plant, because they're not in active growth, so you could rot them as well. So it's kind of a balancing act, really. So that's the Epiphytic cactus. There's just one more cactus I want to show you here. This is another Epiphytic cactus, and this is Epiphyllum crenatum chichicastanego, and this is actually a plant that I purchased as a cutting about 15 years ago. It's from originally from Guatemala. So it's again it's a tropical Epiphyllum, Epiphytic cactus. Beautiful flowers in this, a white and yellow flower. Again, this flowers in around May. So when I will be doing a separate video on that in the coming months. So and these go quite large. These will grow up to about 12 feet high up in the canopy of the tropical rainforests. As regards cutting, they're very cuttings to propagate them. They're actually very easy to cut to take cuttings. You just take a section like that, cut it there, let it dry, and it'll root. They're very easy to root as long as you let them dry and let the cut surface callus. They're very easy to root, and you have a very good plant in 2 years. You can see there these are aerial roots on this particular cactus, and they're using this to collect moisture in the air. So it looks unusual, but it's actually not. So that's Epiphyllum crenatum chichicastanego, and this is I put this in the pot, maybe a large clay pot, maybe I would say 3-4 years ago. So they don't need to be repotted regularly. So that's it, folks. Thanks very much for watching. Give me a thumbs up or subscribe, and I probably won't be making a video until maybe 2018 because I'm going to be quite busy over the next few weeks running up to Christmas. Basically because I work in a hotel, and I'm the head gardener there, so we're going to be very busy, so I won't be probably making any more videos. But happy Christmas, happy New Year, and I'll see you all in 2018. And here's just one more Christmas cactus that you can see here, and this is Gilasaurus Glaucous. This one I was saying in my last video, I have well over 22 years. But you can put a festive look in it by adding a fairy, a few little fairy lights, and a bit of tinsel, and it becomes a Christmas cactus. So thanks for watching, and goodbye.